Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Live Strong podcast. If you are brand new here, hello, my name's Olivia. I am the founder and head coach of Live Strong, small group personal training gym in Bennett's Green, New Castle, New South Wales, Australia. This podcast is about living your healthiest lifestyle infused with a bit of chaos from my own. And today we're giving like a slightly personal podcast vibe because we are going to do a full Hyrox recap. If you don't care, don't watch, don't listen. But if you want to know what our team got up to last week, and I guess the last 12 weeks of training as well at Hyrox, listen up to this bad boy. Little disclaimer, yes, I'm a little bit sick. So don't mind the sort of like nasally voice I've got happening at the moment. I've waited all the way to the Friday to record this to hopefully sound a bit better. I don't think that was a successful decision, but anyway, I honestly woke up sick the day after Hyrox, so like Sunday, and I fear I was getting sick on Saturday. And I feel like I manifested it a little bit, guys. Everyone was so sick in the gym last week, like coaches, bloody clients, everyone. And I was like, don't get sick, don't get sick, don't get sick. And then I just felt myself like slowly getting like fatigued. And then I was like, don't get sick, sad day. Woke up sad day, sore throat. But I was like, sometimes when you sleep in a hotel and you're like, oh, dry. But I was like, ah. Anyway, Sunday, I was like, yeah, I'm deceased. And I've been fine. I've been working and everything. I've just been like taking a few extra naps and whatnot. Anyway, I don't know how I've got into this long ramble about my health right now, but I'm fine and I just sound a bit funky. So bear with me. But we're going to do a little Hyrox recap. If you don't know what Hyrox is, you can go Google that yourself. But this is the second year I've done Sydney Hyrox, so they fall at the same time every year. Sydney Hyrox is like the first competition of the new Hyrox World season because the Worlds is like held like 2 weeks prior, which is sort of like a funny time because a lot of like our really good Aussie athletes don't compete at Sydney or they do it for fun. So they're not doing it to like re-qualify or anything because they're so close. But yeah, first one of the new season. It did last year. If you haven't listened to last year's little recap of me literally dying trying to do Hyrox, last year was like a terrible experience. And this year, I had a way better experience. But let's take it all the way back to the start of our training journey. So last year, me and Phoebe, Coach Phoebe, we just did it together and we didn't have really anything to do with the gym. It was just the two of us. We just trained ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Experienced it, great vibes. Finished it and I was like, I'd love to do this with a group of clients from the gym. Because Hyrox is a very welcoming, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like anyone can do the Hyrox. It is like not only they could do the quote unquote normal program Hyrox, they actually do adaptive like sessions or workouts or competitions as well. Like there's people with, body disabilities, like one arm, one leg, who will be completing a full Hyrox. Like they set this competition up so well to be inclusive. That's what I was looking for. It's inclusive to everyone. So I thought it'd be a great little goal, target, milestone some of our clients could reach by participating in an event like this. Because a lot of our clients are like Gen Pop, I guess we would call them. Like they're not from a specific, like they're not training for a specific sport, or a lot of them don't even come from a sporting background as kids. Like a lot of our clients were brand new to the gym and a lot of their goals is just to be consistent with training, be healthy, get stronger and fitter, but not not athletic, if that's sort of the right way to put it, in the sense that like a lot of people train as assisting for maybe like their football or their whatever as a general. So a lot of people are there brand new, would have never done anything like this, which I'm trying to say here, and would probably be really outside of their comfort zone. But this is what I like to do. I like to get people outside of their comfort zone and doing things they don't think they could do. So I thought New year, let's try and get some people to do it. So I guess something that a lot of people may not know is that when we do things like this, even when we did the Live Strong games, it's not like I rely on my clients to find a teammate or find a team. I pretty much put a feeler out there. I was like, who's interested? I can help you guys get in teams, pair you up, blah, blah, blah. And essentially all of them, I think, except one or two pairings, I put them together. There was just people that were interested and I pretty much just put them in teams. I was like, you guys would work really well together. Obviously, I think about these things like ability-wise, also like personality-wise. Like you have to be able to train with this person and compete with this person. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool that like I think a lot of other people or even other gyms, people do with their friends or the people they train with all the time. And my guys had the option to do that, but also not everyone's like best friends at the gym, and people do have best friends at the gym, but isn't it nice to be able to branch out and do things with other like-minded people who maybe you're not super connected to, originally. So I put our teams together and we did a 12-week training block all together. I gave everyone like a training guide, how they should be working their weeks, but also gave everyone the freedom to do what they wanted to do and I guess be as committed to it as they wanted, because everyone has different commitment levels, different stages of their life. So it wasn't like super strict, we're all doing the same thing. But we did do a Sunday Hyrox session, which I didn't require, but like definitely requested people to try and attend because we were then going to be doing like specific work for Hyrox, which included like learning the rules and like just working on the exercises so you could do them properly. And that was really going to set us up for success that Sunday, but as well as your whole week of training. So we did 12 weeks of training. Some people did a few shorter weeks as well, which led us up to game day. Now, may I add in here that I was so proud of everyone already before we got to race week because the guys had been so committed in their training and they were looking super fit and super ready to rumble. And I felt like we all were way more prepared than Phoebe and I were the year before, which I guess comes from experience like anything. So I was already like so proud, like the teamwork people had put in, the support, they'd supported each other. And a lot of these guys, like they don't know each other super well. Like I think something that we do really well at Live Strong is we bring like, I guess, a random bunch of people together who uplift, support, and become friends. Like they want to help each other. They want to support. They want to reach out if they need something. Like I guess a lot of gyms would do this as well, but I just feel like we do it really well. Something that I'm really proud of is that sort of like inclusivity that we have with all different people who in normal life probably wouldn't cross paths, but in our gym, can be each other's biggest supporters. So already super proud going into race week. Now we started the week on Wednesday. The event went for 5 days, guys. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like fucking crazy. They are rolling in money, these Hyrox people, which I guess I might get to at the end. But Wednesday was our relay day. So relays is, I guess, the easiest way to do the Hyrox event because you're doing it with a team of 4 people. So each individual has to do one whole exercise so they complete the whole rep range, distance, whatever. So like the ski, for example, it's a 1 kilometer ski. So when you're doing a relay, you have to do the 1 kilometer just yourself. But when you do a pair, you split that. So you do like 500 each or something. So on a relay, you do the full exercise and you do like 1 kilometer run. You have to do like that twice. So you end up doing 2 exercises and 2 runs, but that's all you do. So it's a quarter of a whole Hyrox, which sort of is a lot, but like you get big rest break in the middle and stuff. So it's not too crazy. This was like the first time experience a relay. We hadn't done one the year before. I hadn't seen one being done in real life or anything. So it was something a bit new. And we had 2 teams doing it. We had one team of 4 gals. And then the other 4 was actually our 4 female coaches, including myself. We all did it as well. Our coaching team probably didn't train to the best of their abilities. I'm not going to lie. We probably just didn't take it very serious. And I was training with Nath for pairs. So, even my exercises, I was doing them in training, but I hadn't really been training them specifically or anything, So we sort of were just there for a bit of fun. But in saying that, our other team of 4 girls, the 4 clients, had trained really hard and were doing some more specific work for their exercises. So they were probably more ready than we were. But we all went down. We weren't until 6:30 on Wednesday night, guys. Like, it was actually ridiculous. So it meant that Wednesday, myself and Phoebe, we both worked in the morning. So like the 4 a.m. wake up, we both worked, came home. It was actually my grandma's birthday, so I went and saw her. Like, it was bizarre because, like, I lived a full day and the next minute we'd gone down to Sydney. Saw my sister. She was down at Hornsby or wherever for work. So, like, we did all this shit and I still wasn't even, like, in the zone to do Hyrox. Like, it was crazy. So we had a full day of living. And then we got to Hyrox probably like 3:30ish. Again, we went until 6:30. But from experience from the year before, like, the hype, you get down there and the anxiety goes, the hype, you want to see everything, you want to walk around, and the next minute you're like, oh, we're on and we haven't done any chilling out. So we all tried to get there early. We got our team of 4, our coaches, we got in the line to register maybe like 4:15. And it took us, I reckon, like 45 minutes to get through registration. It was slow. And so we thought we were like super organized. But the next minute I was like, guys, it's like 5 o'clock. But our other team of 4, they didn't get into the line till probably like 20 minutes after us. And it nearly took them an hour and a half to get through the registration line. Like, we had gone, walked around, done everything, and we're like, you're still in the line. And luckily they started half an hour after us. We were 6:30 and they were 7 p.m. start time. So they had heaps of time, but like, still, it was a bit crazy, the registration line situation. I think the issue was that the team of 4s, they had to register each single person individually. Plus, because it was the first day, I think lots of other people were just registering for other days, which you weren't technically meant to, but you just could on the day. So yeah, that was a bit of a boo-boo. Anyway, we got there, we got warm, and then we did the relay. Not really much else to report. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't a huge fan of participating in the relay. I do think it would be a great way, again, to still introduce Hyrox for people. But like, even our team of 4 girls who had trained for it, they all trained really hard, and I don't think they would have got, and I think they would agree with me because I've spoken to a few of them, like, they all enjoyed it. I don't think they would have got the satisfaction of how hard they've trained, because they had trained hard and they were so excited. But like, you only do your 2 exercises, so you're not even working for 20 minutes, and it is expensive. I think it was like $180 per person, and you're not even exercising for 20 minutes, or like, it's about 20 minutes. So yeah, it's a funny one. Like, I think for next year, I'm definitely going to just encourage people more to do the doubles. You get more satisfaction out of it. You don't have to be breaking records. Like, you could still be going slow and at your own pace. But yeah, I think it's just a funny one. And so you're waiting in this like relay zone for your teammate to come around, but there's so many people there. Like, I was actually getting overwhelmed, like anxious, because like, one, like, you're trying to stay warm because you're like waiting like 30 minutes between your exercises. So you're trying to stay warm, you're trying to stay pumped, but then your anxiety's going. You've also just like smashed yourself for 10 minutes, and then you just go stand there for half an hour, and then you want to go again. And I was also in the back of my head, like, I didn't want to hurt myself. Not that I thought I was going to, but I was trying to like not get super fatigued, like obviously thinking sad day event as well. And I was like, if I get too cold and then I go out, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we did it. We weren't super fast. We all sort of just had a bit of fun out there. I think everyone had fun. Like, vibes were high. All 8 of us finished it. And we're like, sure, yeah, vibes are high. But yeah, I think maybe, like, I personally don't think I'd do a relay again. But I've also done 2 Hyrox in pairs now. So, like, I'm in a different position than other people. I would encourage, like, new clients who just want to have a little taste. Yeah, it was great. it gave me the taste. The other weird thing though is that like you're with your team of 4, but they just wait at the relay transition period, and you're just by yourself. So you actually like you're with this team and your team spirit, and you would want your teammates to be there to encourage you and stuff. But like you just literally tag team and then you run off away from your team and you don't see them until you've finished your exercise and you come back. So like I think if there was obviously like I'm not here inventing the Hyrox, but if there was a way that they could make it so your teammates could stand at your station, which obviously would be really hard, or like you could stand with your teammates, I don't know, but there something didn't feel like super right. I did the sled pull and the wall balls, which like I was super stoked with. I actually ended up participating. Both my exercises I did actually quite fast, and in the rankings I ranked quite well, which I felt made me feel confident going into Saturday. My runs wouldn't have been fast though, because I was super cautious on like, because you run out. I was like, just run out slow so that, again, I was a bit like, I don't want to hurt myself and it's not that deep. So yeah, that was that. But then we didn't get home till like 11:30, 12, like after driving home from Sydney. And then I worked at 7 a.m. Thursday morning, which was fine. My right quad was like fucked, like really sore, and no one else was sore. And I was like, I did do the wall balls, and I was like, sometimes my quads like sort of almost like cork up. So, and again, after not doing much, like half an hour of standing there and then going for a K run and then doing 100 wall balls, like, yeah, it's like it's not the ideal situation, is it? But yeah, because I was so sore and I was just feeling, on Thursday I just felt like so tired. But in hindsight, I honestly think I was sick, and I was just like when like teachers always get this when they're like not sick, and then they go through the term and they're not sick, and then like the first day of holidays they crash and they're sick. I think that my body was like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. But like I was exhausted and I was like obviously not recovering, because I even got to Saturday and my quad was still fucked. Like so much so, you know what? Like, you know what? It's like just, you can't even walk down the stairs, you feel like your leg's going to give way. But it was just my right one. My left one was originally sore, but like it just wasn't recovering. And I was like, this is so abnormal. It's like 4 days. And Nathan kept taking the piss out of me. He's like, brother, you did like 20 minutes of work and you're this sore. And I'm like, I honestly don't know. But I honestly think I was just getting sick. So, which was like a bit of a bugger, but it was fine. And I was trying to get out of my head about it. Anyway, we didn't have anyone competing Thursday or Friday, so we weren't down there. But then we went down to Sydney on Friday night, me and Nath, for Saturday game day for us, but also majority of our clients competed on Saturday as well. So our first lot of competitors were at 9:10 in the morning. And me and Nath weren't on until 3:50. So guys, it just wasn't the optimal time frame for my day, which was a bit of a bugger. But 9:10, we got there probably like, we got to Olympic Park probably like 10 to 9. So we were there pretty much with good timing to see the girls. But then when we got there, the bloody registration line was long. And I just really thought it wasn't going to be that bad because it was still so early in the morning. So we missed their first like 2 exercises, because by the time we registered and then got to them, they were going pretty quick. So they were through probably their first 2 exercises. But I'd been texting them and stuff, so they were feeling confident and they were all good in the hood. So yeah, we watched all of our female pairs, smash it. And they all did so well. And I was so, so proud of them. Like, first and foremost, in the event, you run like pretty much 10 kilometers. They say it's 8, but like once you run that hot rock zone, like guys, it's 10Ks. Like, it has to be. Like, you log on your watch in distance on that day, like 12 point something kilometers. That's including the exercises and stuff. It's a long way. Like, training to do 8 kilometers just like isn't enough. So they honestly did so well. I think they should be super proud of all their paces, which I think they were, and I was as well. I think they all smashed it. So we watched them in the morning, super proud coach, vibes were high, all went well, like all success stories for the morning. They were all done probably like 12:31. And like so we went on till 3:50. So we had heaps of time. And may I add, at this point, my nervous system was like redlining. I was so nervous, guys. Like to the point that I was like, do I even want to do it? Like I was trying to keep myself together, but I was so nervous. I think a few things. Point one is that I was scared I was sick. I was telling myself I was fine. And look, I was fine. I don't think my leg or me being sick affected my race at all. So there we go, little insider. But I think it was stressing me out. Like I said, I'd woken up feeling a bit like my throat was sore and I'd been having extra naps the past 2 days. My leg was still sore and I was like, I'm fucked. I've just trained 12 hard weeks and now I'm absolutely fucked. Second thing I was nervous about was that last year I died in the arse. Like last year, well, again, you got to go listen to that podcast with me and Phoebe because I literally didn't drink all day and I ate like a slice of toast because I was worried that I was going to like wee and shit myself because I'm a retard, like stupid. So I knew that wasn't going to happen again because I'd fueled properly. I drank, I like prepared so much better than I did last year. But I was still scared about it. And then the third thing I was scared of was that I was partnered with Nathan and I was worried that he was just going to absolutely cook. Like he was just going to go and I was going to just be like dying behind him the whole time. Like, so I was going to feel the same experience I had last year, but I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep up. Again, it was just my head like going crazy. And as a coach, I feel like I hear all this stuff being said out of my mouth and it's ridiculous. But this is why coaches have coaches and why, mentors have mentors, because it's hard to like negotiate and understand yourself in the moment. Like I was trying to talk myself out of it, but like I was shit scared. And then I was like, fuck, I'm just going to fucking blow it because I was like, I can't do it. Like my brain was fucked, honestly. I can't believe it. And people were saying like, Liv, you right? I'm like, no, I'm not. But that was fine. We chilled out. I tried to just like, we actually, after the girls finished, we just left the venue and just went to a cafe and just sort of sat, even though I was still like, I went to the toilet like 40 times and bounced it around like a goose. But I think that was good that we left the venue and then we came back to the venue and we pretty much went straight into warming up. So I meant I didn't see anyone again, which again I thought was good. It sort of just like pulled me away. I was like, just me and Nath. We were with his parents as well, but they obviously left us when we warmed up. But I think it just chilled me out a little bit. And the weirdest thing happened, guys, I went into the warm-up area and I was calm. I was like, bro, you've just literally had an anxiety attack for 18 hours and now you're going to breathe. But honestly, the perfect timing had arose. So I warmed up and I was like, Olivia, it's so stupid. It's literally just a workout. You've trained so hard. Like, you've been keeping up with Nathan at training. What are you stressing about? So that was fun. Good news that this year they had heaps of portaloos at the start line, which honestly, like, thank goodness whoever came up with that ideas, because it meant that, like, honestly, 2 minutes before you went into the starting tunnel, I could go do a wee. And anyone who knows me is that I have the worst toilet anxiety ever. So that calmed my nerves. Even though I literally went to the toilet, went straight into the starting tunnel, and then I was like, do I need to go to the toilet? Beep, silly goose. You literally just went to the toilet 3 minutes ago. But like, again, mental breakdown. Anyway, let's get into the race. So me and Nate, the game plan, as it always is, go out slow, go out slow, go out slow. No, of course we didn't go out slow. Actually, we did go out slow. We were at the back of our pack. We stood at the back and then we just ran our own race from the very beginning. Like, we took our time to start. We just tried to cruise and we let people just overtake us and just find our feet, which meant that we came into the ski erg, honestly, probably like 10th or 10 to 15th last. I think there's really like 40 teams you go out with. I don't know. I get a bit lost how many people are there. But like we were definitely in the back quarter of people, right? And guys, that first run, we ran at like a 4-minute pace. So like, we thought we'd gone out, so we felt good. We felt fresh at the ski. Like definitely didn't feel the effects of that run. But I was like, holy shit. Everyone runs so fast. Like so fast. Anyway, I'm not going to go through every single station, but our first 2 runs were in the 4s, and then all of our other runs were pretty much like 5-kilometer runs on the dot, like 5:01, 5:03, like they were our paces, which I am so proud of. Like my running has improved so much, and I honestly couldn't have asked for better running paces. We thought we were going to run like 5:30, 5:20. That was sort of our goal run. Like we thought our first run was going to be 5:30. That was our goal, to go out that slow. We ran at 4 minutes. So like that was stupid. But so proud of our runs. All of our stations were pretty much where we thought they would be. Our main issue is that we got to the sled push and Nath did 3 of the 4 laps, just because that was sort of our game plan, those sort of stronger exercises, him to take a bit more load and I take a bit more load elsewhere, which is what you sort of do in mixed doubles. When you're doing female pairs, like 50-50 split is a bit more common, but mixed pairs, the dudes do take heavier weights. Like it's not, if you're trying to go for time, it's not realistic for you to do 50-50. In saying that, something that we sort of talked about that day was like, what is our goal? Because we sort of had a goal time in mind and we wanted to do well, like, but we'd never done it together before. I only did it last year with Phoebe, so super different, doing different weights, doing it with a male. But like, it's the goal to go as fast as you can, or it's the goal to like, for us to both have a red hot crack. Like, because if we're going to go as fast as we can, yeah, it's probably best for Nath to take, you know, more stuff in hindsight, like in thought. But like, what if our goal was just for us to go out there, 50-50 split, have fun and push ourselves? Like, that could have been our goal as well. So I think everyone goes out there with a different goal in mind. Like, it's not always just about like doing whatever you can to get the fastest time. Even though that is the goal for a lot of people, but I don't know, thought process is there. So Nate did 3 of the 4 sleds pretty fast. Like, again, we were happy with our ski, happy with our sled. But then he was gassed, and like it sort of took from a bit of last year's Olivia. Like he was giving a bit of a last year Olivia vibes, like gassed. And I was like, holy fuck, here we go. I was feeling pretty good. So we ran into the sled pull and he's like, you're going to have to start. And like, don't get me wrong. I was like top 6% of sled pull on that Wednesday night, guys. Like I could do the sled pull at a female weight. Not at the male weight. Like, yes, I've been training it, but the thing is with the sled pull, the further away it is, like the harder and heavier it is, all right? As it gets closer, it feels lighter and it's easier to pull. So you look at all the other couples around us. Of course they've run in and the dude has started, you know? He's like, you're on, dull. And I'm like, fucking hell. So there I am, little Olivia trying to fucking reeve the sled in. And like he just needed a minute and he did pipe up, and then we probably 50-50 shared the sled pull, which was good because he could manhandle it. Like he could just pull it, and I'm there like using my whole body weight, and you know I'm a lot slower than him. So our sled pull was a fraction slower than like we should have done it. And then every time we went through the rock zone from there on out, he wanted a drink of water. Again, so fine, but they're just like the small things that slow you up, like having a drink of water. Even though we pretty much like ran through, sip the water and put it down, yeah, that takes 20 seconds. You do 20 seconds 6 times, you know, we've got 2 minutes pretty much on our hands we've added to our time. Like, so all those things, they add up. So yeah, some of our exercises could have been a little bit faster. I felt pretty good with all my exercise effort, to be fair. So I got to the lunges and my legs were just wrecked. Like, not going to lie. I was just like, my quads are just feeling fucked. Remember, I had that sore left quad, right quad. And that was when I was like, okay, the quad is still like corked. Like, it's just not feeling normal. But I still felt good. Like, I hit the runs. Like, we were sort of running together. On the last few, I was sort of leading Nath, which low-key made me feel like an absolute beast. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm fast as fuck, bro. So yeah, I was running we were running like still at our pace runs that we wanted to run. Like we didn't drop the pace that we thought we were going to run. Wall balls were good. I did like about 65 to 75 and Nate did the rest because he was just wrecked, which is so understandable. So in hindsight, we probably split everything 50-50, but he did more sled push and I did more wall balls. So like we were definitely like an even team. And again, like I said, if we wanted to probably go a bit faster, we probably had to fall a bit more on Nate's strengths. Which just knocking my table over, which we just didn't. Which again, so fine. But again, I probably wish I could have done the wall balls a bit harder and faster, but I was just feeling it at that point. It's the last exercise. So we ended up with 118, which we were happy with. Last year I did 124. So this was heavy weights, and I beat it by 6 minutes. So like I was super stoked with the time. Nace was pretty disappointed, I guess with his effort. Like I understood his pain because last year I was in that boat, but he was nowhere near as bad as me last year. Guys, I was moping around last year. Like I was like, I can't do it. And he just like, he didn't talk to me first and foremost, as we can imagine. Like I was like, you're right. He's like, yep, let's go. And he's just like dead. Minus the one time he sat down in the rock zone. He was like, I'm fine. I think it was after the burpees and he was like, I just need a second, sat down. I was like, this is interesting. But then again, he piped up. And like I said, our run pace didn't drop. So I ended up feeling very accomplished by the end. I felt very good by the end. Where like, he should have been so proud of himself, but we all know that feeling when you felt like you could have done more and you just couldn't give it. Like, again, me last year. So I think that led to a bit of disappointment on his end. But guys, Nathan has never done anything like this. He is not a runner. And I know people say anyone can run. Yeah, fuck yeah, they can run. This bloke was running like 5 minute, like 8 kilometer runs, like as he on his runs. And I'm like, that was my dream to be able to run as fast as him over these 12 weeks. I was pushing so hard to run as fast as him, and he doesn't even normally run. So like, this was like a big deal for him. He's also weighs over 100 kilos for someone who isn't super athletic. I'm not saying he isn't athletic, but like, you know, we see guys who are 100 kilos, but they work in this functional space all the time. So their body's used to having impact. His isn't. So he was dealing with a lot of foot issues over these 12 weeks, just like all of our clients who pick up running and end up with these niggles because our body's not used to the impact. Yeah, his 110 kilo body wasn't used to pumping 5 kilometer, 8 kilometer, 5K pace runs out, you know, like, so I was so proud of him, like so proud. And I was like, he was so inspirational for me over these 12 weeks, for me to work so hard. And I was so proud of what our end result was. In the end, like I said, we got 118. We would have wished to been a bit faster than that. There's probably a few things we could have like tidied up, but like realistically, we probably could maybe get 115. But without being better runners, we probably can't crack much under that. Like, and it's made me think at the end of this Hyrox, like, I guess what I want to do with my training. I'm sort of in a little like epiphany phase right now because I really enjoyed the challenge of doing the Hyrox because, like I said, it's a very inclusive sport that doesn't involve much crazy different training to, I guess, what I do now or what our clients do now. But if I am going to be trying to get faster and get better times and, you know, beat myself every year, realistically, I need to devote a lot more time and energy to running to get faster. Like over these past 3 months, I have got a lot faster and I'm so proud of myself. Like, don't get me wrong. But guys, people are running like 3:30 kilometers for these Hyroxes and they're getting, like they're doing just under 4 kilometer times and they're like not getting sub 60. And that's just like that's probably like the minute, but like pretty much everyone's running in the 4s. Like if the people that are posting their times on Instagram, they're all running in the 4s. Those people who are getting those sub 60s or sub 66s, as they were giving out those awards for in the Sydney, they're running like between the 3 and 4s. Like they're running really fast. And Right now, I don't have the ability to run that fast because like I just haven't trained it enough. But that leads me to my issue. It's like, do I actually want to devote that time and energy into running? And right now, I'm sort of thinking no. Like, I just don't think, I don't really enjoy running that much. I enjoy it to some extent, and I will keep running to some capacity, but do I want to devote that much time to get that much faster or just to get even faster than what I am now? Like, guys, I'm not super fast. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm gloating here, but to the standard person, I am a fast runner. And I think it's very easy to be negative about yourself. You look at other people's paces and times and whatnot, and you're like, I'm so slow. And yeah, I know I'm not the best runner in the world, like, at all, But I would say I'm probably average, above average to most people's running. Like, and I just think it's so easy to be caught up in the minute people who are very good or very athletic and like, are amazing and like inspirational. But I think it's something to think about definitely for the future. And sorry guys, I know I sound terrible. I think I'm like clogging up as I'm sitting here. So sorry, but I'm wrapping up now. So yeah, I think in like a whole wrap of the Hyrox experience for 2026, awesome experience. I absolutely loved doing it with our clients. The vibes were so high. I was so proud of everyone. And I know I've been posting heaps of content about it and stuff, but like there's the videos and photos of me and Nath doing our wall balls and our clients are standing there and just like looking out and seeing a group of like, I want to use the word like random clients in the sense that like they don't all know each other. They didn't all come to the gym knowing each other. Maybe before Hyrox they weren't like super devoted into this or whatever, like, and to look out and seeing people who maybe never thought that they could do this absolutely smash such a hectic event just made me so proud. Like, I was just so proud of our clients, proud of myself and Nathan, like proud. It's just like the overarching term for the weekend and the week and the 12 weeks of training together. Training with everyone was also so fun. Like I loved it. And next year when we do Hyrox again, because we will definitely do another training situation like that when we could train all together, because I think it just really brought us all super close. So yes, we will do Hyrox again as a gym next year. I hope even more clients do it again as something to step them outside of their comfort zone, give them something to work towards and achieve, because as an adult, like, it's really hard to devote your time to something to achieve for yourself, like personally, that's just for you, like not for your career or for your family, like just for you. So it's, a really cool experience. We'll do it again. But yeah, I guess I need to reflect on myself and where my training's going to go from here. I definitely know this week, like I said, I haven't been feeling super crash hot. So I actually have had a full rest week. Super proud of myself for doing that as well. Have not trained, I didn't even do run club this morning. Nothing at all. So yeah, I'm just completely on the rest. Next week, I'm hoping to get back into training. Hopefully this weekend completely clears me up and I feel 100%. And I'm going to just go back into strength training, 4 strength days, and then just the Friday run club, which is just a half an hour run for the next 4 weeks, which will like wrap up this training block in the gym. I'm just going to keep all my focus lifts at 6 reps. The guys in the gym are going to be dropping to 4, but like I won't be sort of ready for that. So just going to do 6s, push some heavy weight, and then I'm going to create a little game plan for myself from here. Because if I'm like, next year I want to try and crack that 110, which, is probably like the next goal. I guess 115, but like I feel like we could have done, I know you can't really say it, but like I feel like we could have done something close to 115 this year if we could have like not done a 50-50 split and maybe been a bit faster in that rock zone if Nath was feeling like a bit more like himself. Because in training, that boy was just flying. Like, I think a few things, but also, can I just add that he is also sick as a dog. He's had 3 days off work. He's sicker than me. So he's probably given me this, or I've given him that. I don't know. But so who knows? He probably could have been a bit under the weather as well. I honestly have no idea what was happening. But yeah, so next year, we'll do it again. Don't know what the future holds for Olivia in her running career. Maybe I need to just have a break and I might have a fresh look into running. Because, yeah, I'd love to be able to run 3 kilometers around that track, but like so unrealistic right now. So unrealistic. So, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little recap. That's all I've got to say, guys. I'm rambling now, aren't I? But Hyrox next year coming up, so have a little think, clients, if you're going to be into it. But we're probably going to have a Live Strong Games coming up sooner than you think. Whoop, 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 whoop. Live Strong Games. Slay. Anyway, keep an eye out for that because you never know what's around the corner here at Live Strong. Always thinking of the next thing. Ta-ta.